Oh, hey. You ever wonder what your life was worth? According to Mel Gibson, his was worth 70 grand. Can you get that?
This is all your fault.
No jibber jabber. Back to work.
Yeah, apparently this town takes unpaid bar tabs very seriously. Don't go away, because in this episode of Hollywood Weapons, we're testing Payback.
Hey, gringo!
Was that a friend of yours?
Maybe.
Do you love TV and movies as much as I do? Yeah, of course you do. And do you sometimes find yourself asking, come on, man, can you really do that? Well, guess what? We're gonna put Hollywood to the test. This is Hollywood Weapons. Yeah. All right, so yesterday, we were working really hard finishing up our community service. And we start talking about movies, and my buddy here asks,
Have you ever seen the movie Payback with multi-talented and Academy Award winner Mel Gibson?
and I said to him, no, my good man, I have not, so I'm gonna go ahead and rent it. Can I tell you, how did I miss that movie? Mel Gibson plays this thief who gets double-crossed for $70,000. He almost gets murdered, but he returns to seek revenge and get the money back.
Hence the name Payback.
Exactamente. And, much to my delight, there are not one, but two tests we could do in this movie.
Hooray!
Nice. Ignore him. All right, so in the first one, Mel Gibson's in a taxi with David Paymer, who's got the drop on him. All of a sudden, the car rolls up next to him and starts unloading on him. Gibson takes Paymer, puts his body in the window, and it protects him from all that gunfire. Would it really work?
It all depends from the distance of the target and the caliber in the rounds.
Yeah. And in the second scene, those same guys run over Mel Gibson with an SUV, and he's got to shoot up underneath the floor and disable those attackers.
Can I run you over with the SUV, please? Can I?
Yeah, no, you're a little too eager, but let's do this. Let's pick it up with everybody's favorite segment.
Terry's Knucklehead Science.
Dude, why'd you throw that away?
I got this. Oh, sorry.
Okay, man. Nice. All right, so in this first scene, the SUV rolls up next to the taxi. It's pretty close distance, 6 to 8 feet, and also a bit of an elevation advantage. So, would this body be enough to prevent Mel Gibson from being killed by all that gunfire? So the second test is gonna be from underneath the SUV, shooting up through the floorboard into the bad guys. Now, I know what Larry's like. He's gonna have a hard time with me doing this, so let me go see what he's got. You're cool, you can finish up from here, right?
No.
Excellent, thanks, bud, good talk. Hey, I'll see you later, man. I love the smell of ISS in the morning. Now, I know I've said it before, but ISS is a big fish in the little pond we call Hollywood. And Larry, he's the big tuna, the king mackerel, the kraken. Larry. How are you on this fine day, sir?
I was doing really well, Terry.
Dude, I've always admired your ability to temper your enthusiasm.
Well, you make it easy for me.
Thanks, man. All right, so you probably guess why I'm here. So as they say in Hollywood, let's cut to the chase.
Well, I work in Hollywood, and we don't say that, but go ahead.
Mel Gibson, Payback.
Okay.
Okay, so there's really two tests in one scene we can do. So the first one, Mel Gibson takes a bad guy, puts him against the window while these other dudes are unloading all these guns.
The old human shield
Human
trick.
shield, right. Second one, the SUV rolls over him, and he shoots up through the boards, taking out a bunch of bad guys. What do you think?
Well, as much as I'm looking forward to the idea of tossing you under an SUV, that test is going to take a little bit of figuring out.
Good, I knew you'd like it. Now what?
What do you mean, now what? I'm gonna go look at the clip. I'm gonna figure out how to do this safely so you don't get hurt. I'll call you, I'll text you, you'll come back down here, I'll lay everything out for you so you've got a clear idea of what we're doing. You know, you should know these things by now, Terry.
Well, Larry's a little bit crusty today, but you know what? He's kind of always been that way, even when we were kids.
Hey, it's me. I saw a volcano erupt on TV and...
Heat wave!
That, Larry. All I want to do is make a homemade volcano. Is that too much to ask? A real volcano erupts because the liquid magma fills to the main vent to the point where it overflows out the top. That's then called lava. Right. Dang that, Larry. Zanoff, it will be fun.
You always say that.
I saw on TV how dinosaurs went extinct from a big volcano.
Actually, it was from an asteroid strike, but go ahead.
And I thought it would be fun to make one. I heard you can make one with baking soda and vinegar. Do you know how to do that?
That's for kids. If you want to do it right, we'll use potassium permanganate and glycerin and a couple of other secret ingredients to give it a fuller effect.
That sounds awesome. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it.
What if I won?
Yeah, what he said.
Fine, you make the volcano and I'll make it erupt tomorrow.
Hey, wake up, man. What are you still doing here?
Whoa, asteroid strike.
Asteroid strike? What are you talking about?
I was just leaving. We're testing 2 scenes from the movie Payback. Can you use a body to shield yourself against forced shooters? And can you shoot up through the floor of an SUV and take out the bad guys? In the meantime, I'm waiting patiently at ISS for Larry to work out the details. You know, Larry's right. I do know how this goes. Every time I start to have fun somewhere, he calls me and then I gotta come all the way back here. So you know what? I'm gonna wait for him.
Give me a break. Hey, dingbat.
Yeah, what?
What are you doing?
What do you mean? I'm waiting for you to call, dude.
I called you 5 times. You didn't hear me because you were asleep at the wheel again.
I was resting my eyes, man. Yeah, right. What do you got?
I got everything figured out. Come on, follow me, Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, man. You got any pumpkin spice coffee? Oh, geez, that's quite an array of firearms you got there.
It is, and we need them all, of course, for the first test.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and talk about that. In the first test, we use a body as a human shield, 4 bad guys shooting out of the window of the SUV towards the taxi cab. Gibson, of course, is hiding behind the body.
Before we go any further, think it'll work?
You know, unfortunately, I think it's one of those yes-no kind of answers. Will a human body absorb a bullet? We know
Sure.
that it will. Will a bullet possibly over-penetrate and come out the other side? We know
could.
that it could.
Yeah.
The question is if it did that, would there be enough terminal velocity to actually come out the other side and impact onto Mel Gibson? We're just gonna have to try it.
I'm with you. Proceed.
Okay, so we've got 4 bad guys with 4 weapons. 2 M3A1 grease guns,
Those are cool.
45 ACP, a 9mm Glock, and a 9mm VP70.
Excellent. Well, 45. Big bullet.
Yeah, it's just about 0.45 of an inch, in fact. So I'm gonna have the taxi cab out there with the door on it. We'll have the SUV as well. We'll have all the weapons, everything like that. We'll be ready to go.
My man, test 2.
Test is a little bit more complicated, unfortunately.
yeah.
Though I cherish the idea of throwing you under an SUV, I can't really do it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna elevate the vehicle up on some stands. We'll have our standard ballistic protection there. We'll cut 2 holes through it, and you can stick both hands through it to shoot the firearms.
And he had 2 different guns there.
He did. In fact, he actually had 3 different types of guns. Being the trained observer that you are, I know that you noticed that the Smith & Wessons were actually magical guns that alternated between a Smith & Wesson 28 and a Smith & Wesson 29, and then, of course, the 9mm Beretta.
The 9mm Beretta I know quite well. I was very excited and engaged in the movie, so I didn't catch that other thing you said. Great. So, all right, 2 big tests.
Yep.
Bunch of different weapons, bunch of different calibers.
Different guns, different calibers, different vehicles. I, of course, will have the taxi cab door out there. I'll have the SUV. I'll have all the guns and the ammunition. Have everything ready for you as usual.
Do you need a hug?
Yes. Yes, I do, Terry.
So, range tomorrow. Come on, Larry, come on. Dude, you know I'm messing with you. Larry and the crew head to the range to prepare for the two big tests. First up, the taxi cab door is set up with two ballistic gels in place, and the SUV is parked and ready. All that's left is to find some trigger-happy bad guys. Well, Larry, here we are again.
Yep, here we are again, just like Groundhog Day. It never seems to end.
Not in love with your tone.
I can't help you there. So we have an SUV here, we have a taxi cab door here, and we have two ballistic gel torsos set up.
And the one behind is Mel Gibson's character, Porter.
That's right.
By the way, we never know if that's his first or last name.
Yeah, he's just Porter.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have 4 bad guys inside the SUV, just like in the movie.
Right.
You and I will be shooting the grease guns. We'll have 2 other bad guys with 9mm handguns.
So we're unloading all at the same time.
Unloading all at the same time right here at this first ballistic gel dummy.
This is gonna be really fun.
Sure. I'm gonna go prep the guns and the other bad guys.
Listen, don't try this at home because they're just gonna make fun of you on the interweb. Trust me, I know.
Okay, range is going hot. Okay, let's get the table into position. And get our shooters in the vehicles.
Enter the goon squad.
Okay. Okay. Everybody in position. Okay, on my mark. Firing on 3, 2, 1, fire.
Here we are back at the range getting ready to test 2 scenes from Payback. Can you protect yourself from close-range gunfire behind another body? And can you take out an SUV full of bad guys by shooting up from underneath it?
Okay, range is going hot. Okay, let's get the table into position. And get our shooters in the vehicles.
Enter the goon squad. I'm gonna hand your gun to you.
Okay. Everybody in position. Firing on 3, 2, 1, fire. Clear weapons. I'm clear.
We fired a total of 74 rounds, and the torsos never stood a chance. Looks like Porter won't be paying back anyone.
Okay. What we got?
Oh, boy. Oh, no. It's not looking good for Porter. Oh. We both go, ooh,
Wow.
It's not looking good for
it's
Porter.
looking ugly, isn't
All right,
it?
from my point of view, we have so many rounds going through. What about the backside?
You know, we've actually got 3 projectiles that are wedged inside the back torso.
How many
2
got
of
out?
them, interestingly enough, have actually turned around, so there's some tumbling going on here. But we've got multiple exit wounds here. I'd say almost all of them came all the way through.
Okay, so I will always give Mel Gibson the benefit of the doubt. But
Of course.
we have to say on this one, he didn't make it.
Well, you know, remember the Porter had movie magic on his side.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But when you do the math, right, 74 rounds, it's over 14,000 grains worth of lead coming through this window. It's going through. You know.
So our conclusion is he didn't make it.
He didn't make it. Not on this one.
But that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On to the
whatever.
next test. Excellent. Thanks for agreeing with me, Larry. As the SUV gets loaded onto its ramp, the crew brings in the ballistic barrier and finishes setting up. I think I'm gonna take me some me time. Man, testing stuff with Larry has always been so much fun. Even when we were kids.
missed a spot. Hey, Larry, are you ready?
Always. Now put these on and get over there.
These are cool.
I've erected this protective barrier in case of Rick O'Shea.
Who is he? Awesome! Nice work, Zanoff.
I gotta clean this up before my mom gets home.
Gotta go. It's not that much.
Darn you, Schappert!
You're welcome for your freedom, Zanoff!
Hey.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Come on, I got other things I gotta be doing.
Man, you've always been like this, even when we were kids.
What are you talking about? I've only known you for like 2 years.
Technically, that's true. Payback, part 2.
So we have our SUV here. Obviously, you're gonna be underneath it, shooting up through the bottom. You're real close to the bottom of it, so we want ballistic shielding on here as normal.
I dig it. What am I aiming at, man?
Well, in the movie, we had 4 bad guys and 1 bad gal inside of the SUV.
Thank you, man. I would love to talk to Lucy Lou.
Yeah, like I would do that to Lucy. So we have our SUV here. 3 people never made it out. We have ballistic gels loaded up inside of there, and that's your test, basically, to see what you can hit from underneath.
You do know Lucy Lou, don't you?
Dude, I told you I've got things to do tonight, okay? Can we move this along? Let's look at the guns.
All right.
Okay, so we know Porter in his right hand, he had the Beretta 92 9mm.
I know that one.
In his left hand, of course, we have that mystery Smith & Wesson, right? It switched back and forth between the Model 28 and the Model 29. So basically, it's shooter's choice. Which one do you want?
Which one's louder?
Okay, Model 29 it is. Let's get you all suited up here.
All right.
Okay, why don't you go get in position?
Oh, I love getting run over by SUVs.
Find a nice center there and make sure your hands are positioned correctly. 9mm, 1 round in the chamber, on safe.
Beretta.
Got it, going into your right hand. Smith & Wesson Model 29, 6 rounds. We are hot.
And fire it, Will.
Okay.
Woo!
The .44 Magnum had a devastating effect on the SUV and ballistic gels. It tore through everything in its path. While the 9mm didn't quite have the same penetrating power, it still got the job done.
How'd I do, man?
Well, you did pretty good, actually. I can see some severe wound channels here in this guy. That's the .44 Magnum, of course.
Yeah.
Went right through the roof.
That's a nasty one.
And the other guy, the far guy, actually has really one good kill shot right through the belly.
Right through the abdomen.
He actually clipped part of the spring of the seat and drove that through the ballistic gel.
I'll take it.
However, Lucy, right in the middle, unscathed.
Well, it makes sense because if you watch that scene again when Mel Gibson's shooting, he's on his back and he just empties those guns. He doesn't really spray. So
Didn't
he's
do much movement.
Right,
Yeah.
which is because it's hard to do that. So you can do this.
You can do this,
We proved it
absolutely.
that Mel Gibson or anybody, if you get run over by an SUV and you got a couple guns on you, you can get them.
Yep. I think
Great.
this is a success.
That's a great test, man.
Good job.
And that, by the way, that was really loud.
Well, you asked for the .44.
I know.
It wasn't my fault. I gave you the choice.
Thank you, sir. Good day.
You are welcome.
Well, all right. Payback, put to the test. I want to thank Larry and the team for making this fun and eminently safe. Well, what did we learn today? I learned that if you owe Mel Gibson money, you better pay him back, because he's going to come after you until he gets it. We also learned that a body won't protect you from a hail of gunfire when it's shot at you close by, but we did learn that you can shoot from underneath a vehicle and take out some bad guys that are trying to run you over. How dare they? So, if you're watching a scene from a movie and you think to yourself, can you really do that? Reach out to us at outdoorchannel.com/Hollywood Weapons, and maybe we'll put that to the test. But I gotta tell you, the best part about today.
Yeah, hey, Lucy.
About my childhood.
Yeah, no, I'm still on set. I'm gonna be a little late.
Oh, not cool? Come on.